And the government decided to rush it through and then had a very short second reading debate followed by a full committee stage in a few hours, in 2 hours in fact, which was absolutely absurd. So that meant large parts of the bill couldn't be examined or debated at all, and it was duly passed into law despite a very large degree of opposition from internet users, of which there are tens of millions in the country as a whole, and a significant number of MPs, some of whom clearly understood the bill very well, and whilst acknowledged there were problems about intellectual copyright and ownership of music, just felt that this was a massive, great sledgehammer that's going to crack a lot of nuts, but for unfortunately it's going to be the nuts of the innocent and people who download a few things here and there and are going to be threatened with internet cut-off as a result. It's simply not very sensible. And I had a very large number of emails. I haven't counted them all, and I did my best to reply to everybody with a considered response. And I have to say, quite honestly, as a result of the emails I had, I looked much more carefully into the bill, beyond the agreements that had been made between the internet providers and the music industry, and realised the errors in the bill and made common cause with Tom Watson and John Grogan and a few others in supporting their amendments. And then in the end I voted against the bill at third reading because I just thought there was no place for this kind of legislation. The good news, if there is good news in this, is that the bill does require any future Secretary of State to introduce regulations to carry this out. They will be subject to a negative vote in the House of Commons, so there are opportunities to come back to it. Question their Member of Parliament, if the Member of Parliament is seeking re-election, on their understanding, knowledge and attitude towards the bill, and lobby all candidates, particularly those that are likely to be elected, to point out their concerns about the bill, point out the draconian powers within this bill, and point out what I believe to be a fundamental dichotomy in that the government says on the one hand it wants everybody connected to the internet and it sees that as the main source of information in the future, which is broadly true. You can't at the same time threaten to cut them off. The internet is a basic form of information for millions of people, so I want to see us doing that, and then the new Parliament is elected on May the 6th, then get ready for the campaign over the regulations. One thing I found interesting and learnt from in this is that many of those people that emailed into me about the Digital Economy Bill had clearly never contacted a Member of Parliament or elected representative of any sort before, and they suddenly realised that decisions made in Parliament, political decisions made, had an effect on them and their lives. Therefore, they had to engage. And I was really pleased about that because it meant that, in my case, a large number of probably predominantly younger constituents contacted me and raised their concerns about this, and I was able to respond to them, and it also taught me a great deal about them. So I hope they're going to stay involved and stay involved in the political process. Agree or disagree, it matters that we all get involved.